He does not trust short ears, and neither does this bunny.
That'll hold 'em all white.
A knock on my door. I go outside. A plant left with a note telling me to keep it safe and watered for 10 days. It suddenly reminded me of the old stories about a baby left by the door of a caring family. The thing is, Adam has no Eve and he seems to be alone in this world. What world? I don't know yet, so I hurry up to explore and meet this peculiar character called Alfred. At first, I connected him to Alfred, Batman's faithful butler, but soon I was shocked to realize this is very much a character from Alice in Wonderland. He speaks and acts as if he came out of this tale. He's towing me around and putting me in impossible word loops that make me mad. They make Adam mad as well. This is not the real world. Obviously, you water your plants with blood. After some time you realize Century City is a dangerous dreamlike place. There are things, and most importantly, others. They are not like Adam, but also are, and then you get this. Okay, this is getting more and more interesting, and we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Or actually the huge crack in Adam's bathroom. A gaping maw with too many teeth. The chasm, as it is called, acts as a caring friend. Generally, with few exceptions, it gives good advice. An advice I would give to a new player, maybe. It manages to play with Adam's feelings in such a way that he actually starts to make very questionable decisions. Actually, everyone around him does that. The chasm warned me about a bonsai tree and how bloodthirsty it is. It explained that tending for it is a dangerous task and it won't lead anywhere. It is seemingly helpful, but at the same time, it gladly takes all the blood Adam, now me, can bring. It almost feels like it tricks him into doing that. The more I was going forward, the more I started to believe these characters are playing with Adam, toying with him, knowing how to manipulate him into doing whatever. At one point, when I met the notary, I started to think that this whole world is some kind of a game. And it is for me, at least. I don't want to disclose more about the story. You will have to discover it by yourself if you play the game. Also, I have to be honest, I haven't been through all of it, but every time I progress, I'm pleasantly surprised, which is a very good sign. The world is a mixture of horror and noir. It smells like the protagonist's cigarettes, and it gives me vibes of the movie Dark City. If I have to use one word to describe it, it is cohesive. And to season this one word with more words, it has character. I know a mushroom-induced story is not the only thing that makes a game good, and we have to talk about other aspects that define a well-made game. In my opinion, Hell is Others has some interesting takes on certain mechanics. An example of that is that bullets in this world grow on plants, and you can grow them yourself. They can be modeled with fertilizers, but you have to choose wisely how to fertilize them because some upgrades have balancing downsides. At the end, the ammo you use looks like a chemistry formula for death or life, depending on which side of the barrel you wind up. You have a way to expand your stats in the form of smell, sight, vitality, endurance, and search. This happens by using pills or mushrooms, and the progress is capped by the intoxication bar. And again, some of these items give huge boosts, but also debuff other abilities. All this and the added fact that you randomly find these consumables makes the character building interesting and with lots of room to experiment. That is until the meta dudes appear and ruin the game for everyone. Base mechanics also have a little bit more dramatic impact than what I honestly expected. You can buff the reload speed of the different gun classes, stats like resistance to blindness, the speed of the medicine use. You get the point. All that is neatly slapped in a top-down form over an urban extraction shooter. You drop in the city with an elevator, you loot, finish quests, do errands, fight people and AI, then finally you have to go to a randomly popping extraction point before it's too late. If you die, you lose your stat gains and loot. You have traders and quest givers, but they live on the PvP map. This is quite interesting because it makes buying a single pistol or depositing in the bank a thrilling mission with lots of stakes. EFT players out there, you can taste what it is to have in-raid traders right now in Hell is Others. Just like any other PvP game, people can be very nasty. They can camp even though you can smell them. They will hunt you if they feel superior. You will make mistakes and you will die. This is definitely a hardcore shooter game, But that's okay because we have so many other games and there is something for everyone. This is a game for the wicked. What? You're tired? You cannot ingest food indefinitely. Meds are not always available. Welcome to Century City. You will be put in uncomfortable situations. You will have to grind loot and strive for progress, but you will have to hone your planning skills as well.
Be water, my
Small
friend.
details like where to look for specific items and how to do that within 7 minutes, or always keeping a backdoor closed to escape sudden death, will make difference in your city trips. Games like that made me the person who I am today. Besides the PvP, the game has different monsters roaming around and they do feel different when encountered. They will act like traps or will rush you with great speed. You have ranged things or things that want to take you down with them when they die. Some of them even have upgraded versions which pop here and there. Huge centipede things lurk around with a distinguished purring sound. I like the sound they make, but I also pee my pants every time I hear it. Actually, every enemy has its own sound. There is a UI system that visualizes the hearing or smelling very well and will give you clues where to look for extra trouble. I think the monsters are well made and there is lots of room for expanding in the future. Here, I have to also mention how the game economy works, since again it has an interesting twist. Sellable items are split through the days of the week, and every time you sleep you pass a day. You get a new set of items that are tradable for each day. This feels amazing since you don't have to gather all the items you find, or you can plan ahead and collect objects that will be worthy for selling tomorrow, which is definitely not today. Yet, as in every other game, PvE will be conquered in time. When people learn the right tactics to fight things, the hardest battles will be left between the others. This is not me saying PvE is easy. No. Actually, it can be quite hard at times. You will get overwhelmed or occasionally smacked on the head, if you are not careful enough. Things and others will sometimes weirdly play against you almost like they are teamed, mostly when you try to run for your life in a tight alley. Now, since this is a review, I guess I have to say what I did not like about the game. Well, I can't. This is a rare occasion, and I do know that it's just my subjective opinion, but I think Hell is Others is a pretty well made game. I know a few minor things that can be improved, but I have not found anything frustrating until now. No major bugs that will stop me from playing. Maybe there will be a need for balance changes somewhere ahead, but for the time being, I cannot really tell. And now, some final words. I have not finished the game, and I did not feel like I'm worthy to rate my experience without that important point being reached. But I was meditating on that, and here's the thing. I always value games more about the journey than the endings. If a game cannot get me hooked from the beginning, I will never go till the end anyways. So I will rate Hell is Others even though I'm yet to find more about the whole bonsai incident. I give it 8.5 out of 10 short ears, since I believe Strelka Games have made a beautiful game that both stylistically and mechanically has something to show. But since I have not finished it, I will keep an ear and a half in my pocket for now. Now, I think the game wants me to go in Century City because it needs me. It needs you. The people there need you. So follow the White Rabbit.